I have a quick question for you, Leo.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that clients tell me is super important to them when they schedule a court reporter for a case that's going to have many depositions is maintaining the court reporter continuity. What about how does that play out for the interpreter? If we have an interpreter, if the attorney or the paralegal, finds an interpreter from Magna that they like, can they request that person to come back again? And can they and will we maintain that interpreter continuity on that case when at all possible?
Absolutely, it works the same way. In fact, we really go out of our way to maintain that continuity. Clients do prefer it, and it's just advisable because the interpreter will be knowledgeable about the terminology. They'll be more comfortable moving forward with future depositions. All interpreters are independent contractors, just like court reporters. However, we have very close relationships with our interpreters. They give us priority over other agencies because they love working for Magna. So we usually don't have a problem in getting the same interpreters stay on a case.
Gotcha. And then one last comment observation is that even even as AI is advancing, we're all thinking about it, right? Probably everybody here on this call is thinking about it. I think about it all the time. Imagine you instead of talking to me, you could be talking to a robot one day. I highly doubt that they could find a robot as like awesome as me or as silly as me, but you never know. But you're going to need certifications, and certifications come by way of people and human beings. And so I think that for a long, long time, the humanity will still be within our business for all of us. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. I think that the more regulation we have around certifications, around quality control, the more we can emphasize the role of humans in the process.
Yeah, awesome. Does
Great.
anybody have a question for Leo? Anybody want to try and stump him with like a really difficult question? We can try to really get him going here. Leo likes that. So the chat bar is open. We're open for questions. We're open for questions.
All
Translation.
right. Well,
I guess there's no questions, Leo.
no, I guess not. Well, I'll just go ahead and wrap up. I wanted to mention the confidentiality agreements that all of our interpreters and translators have with Magna. I know that's very important. A lot of times, sensitive information is shared during meetings and proceedings or in documents that you have translated. All of our linguists will sign that agreement with Magna. It's a strict confidentiality agreement, but if you have a very sensitive case, you want us to sign a separate NDA or a protective order, that's absolutely possible. Just send that over to us and we'll get the interpreter or translator to sign that as well. And then finally, requesting language services is very easy. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. If you're already used to working with our scheduling team, they're amazing. They're open 24/7. So you can reach out to them anytime and they'll coordinate with my team any time of the day, any day of the year for language services. You can also reach my department directly at languageservices@magnals.com. And then there's always your Magna sales rep. They're always your best point of contact because they can also make sure that everything gets handled in a timely fashion. They can put together all the services you need, make sure everything goes smoothly. If you have a document or a set of documents that you need translated or you'd like a quote on, we will ask you to send us the documents. So please attach that to your email, or you can even upload it from our website. Looks like we have so a couple of questions here. Anthony Daniel says, can one book a one-on-one demo? Absolutely. So you can for any of our services, you can request a personalized demonstration. And what is the average expansion rate of text expansion across major languages? That's like a professional question there, Sarah Curran. I'm impressed. Not a lot of people realize that when you translate from one language into the other in writing, sometimes it produces a greater number of words. So for example, when you're translating from English into Spanish, the word count increases by 20%. just to give you an idea. But sometimes when you're going, for example, from Russian to English, the word count will decrease by anywhere from 20 to 30%, depending on the subject matter. So that's something to keep in mind. And generally, when we quote on per word charges, we're quoting on what we call the source document, which is the original one that we're translating from.
That was a great question. That was very good. I'm very glad that you were able to answer that question, Leo. I was getting nervous. Listen, if you're interested in having a presentation for yourself or for your a group at your office or for your entire office, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to your local sales rep. You can call us at 866-624-6221. We'll leave some contact information in the chat bar for you all, so you'll have plenty of contact information if you want to set up your own one-on-one meeting. But Leo, thanks. Very thorough presentation. I'm definitely going to call a language call around 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, and I'm going to party you in, and I'm going to get Noelle and Joan and Christina, and we'll have a great time. All right. Well, what language should we do tonight, Joan?
I think Uzbek would be a good one.
All right. Uzbek.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Next up in our educational show today, we have Noelle Nociti. She's actually not in New Jersey today. She's a couple doors down from me here in Philadelphia. And this part of the presentation is really going to focus or revolve around that court reporting world and your court reporting relationship with Magna or with a court reporter in general. And so I want you to think about this when you need to schedule a court reporter. I hope that you're calling us at 866-624-6221. I can't help myself. You can obviously email us. You can go online. You can send us Morse code. We'll accept any kind of format of scheduling that you want to do with us. And what's great about that is that once you schedule that deposition, and the deposition goes forward flawlessly, you're going to get an electronic email with your package or a hard copy of your transcripts if that's what you desire, and then you're going to get access to all this cool stuff that you probably most of you, or if you're already a Magna customer, you may not even be aware that you already have a login and a password, because we send it out when you first become a customer with us. But these are tools that if you're not aware, you can get access to instantly today. And if you're not a customer and you want to start scheduling depots, you'll get free access to all this really cool stuff. So Noelle, let's give them a tour of the Magna Online Office.
Absolutely. Thanks, Peter. So Magna Online Office, it's our cloud-based repository. It's free of charge when you use Magna, which is great. It's a really neat tool because what we do is we'll actually link support staff to the attorneys that you work for. So if I work for 10 attorneys, when I log in here, I have access to their transcripts and exhibits. They're uploaded in a keyword searchable format. I can view the deposition calendars, confirmations. I can schedule through the portal. There's even a place for me to review and pay invoices as well. Keep in mind, we do email you the e-transcripts, as Peter mentioned. We also email you the invoices. It's just the convenience of this online portal is that you have access to everything you need online in one convenient location. Also, if you're an attorney, you can also get set up with an account. It's just when you log in, you only have access to your own personal files. So if you haven't been set up with login credentials yet, please feel free to reach out to me or your Magna sales rep. They would be more than happy to get you set up with your login credentials. But when you first log into this Magna Online Office, you're going to be on this calendar tab. It's pretty similar to like a, Outlook format or whatever type of email you use. And again, as I mentioned, let's say I'm support staff and I have 10 attorneys linked to my account. It can look a little chaotic. So we give you this search by criteria throughout the entire portal. This actually allows you to filter out the calendar by a specific contact, aka an attorney. So if I hit this little address book, it will list out all the attorneys linked to my account. I could click on Peter Hecht. It would bring up all of Peter Hecht's depositions on that calendar. I can also filter out by a case caption, a witness name, and if there's a third party involved, like an insurance company or corporation that has asked you to use Magna, you can also filter out the calendar to show jobs with a specific adjuster name, claim number, file name. And what's also nice is we color code the jobs on the calendar. So for example, if the job is linked in red, means it's been canceled. If it's in blue, it means that it's been it's in production. And if it's the black, it means it's a brand new job that's been put on the schedule. Now, if you hover over a case caption, it gives you a little preview of the job details. If I double click on that case caption, it actually brings up this general job detail screen. I can see every single detail that I need to know about that job. So whether, it's remote, if it's in person, maybe I can't remember if I requested a videographer, everything that I need to know is listed out here. This is what your confirmation email actually looks like from our scheduling department, but again, you can access it online as well. Now, I do want to point out you have the ability to edit jobs, confirm and cancel jobs in the portal as well. However, if it's within 48 hours of the window of the job taking place, it's considered time sensitive at that point. So it actually won't allow you to make those edits or confirm or cancel in the portal. So you will have to reach out to our scheduling department via email, via telephone, or your local sales rep so they can help you out with that. Now, regardless of how you schedule, let's say your preferred method is to email, call, that's totally fine. You'll still be able to see the jobs on the calendar when you log in here. However, if you would like to schedule through this portal, you can actually hit this request new option. It brings up this online scheduling form. Again, very straightforward. Just two things I would point out if you decide to schedule this way. The note section is where you would make any request outside of the court reporter. So maybe you need a videographer, maybe you need an interpreter, maybe you want to request a specific reporter for a reporter continuity. Anything like that would go in the note section. Direct billing notes is if there's a third party involved that has asked you to use Magna. We would want to know that information so we can follow their billing protocols, their rates. But if you're just using Magna because you love using Magna, your local sales rep, you would just hit bill to contact is the same as ordering contact, and then we'll email you the invoice directly. Lastly, there's a drag and drop option. So you can upload your notice, you can upload your case caption. Once this is all said and done and filled out, you hit save. It goes to our scheduling team. You'll get an automatic reply just saying, hey, we received your scheduling through the portal. And then typically by end of day, you'll receive a formal confirmation from our scheduling department that lists out the details of that job. We also send a confirmation email the day before the job takes place, and that's the confirmation process regardless of how you schedule with Magna. Now, I do want to point out if you have a case coming up and you need to schedule a reporter on multiple days, you can actually hit set multiple job dates, and that does allow you to check whatever days you need to schedule a reporter, and you can actually schedule 3 depositions in under 30 seconds, so it's really great at saving time. The next tab is the order transcripts tab. So this is if a transcript is not ordered initially at the initial job, and then some time goes by and maybe you realize, hey, we really need a copy of John Smith's transcript. You can log in here to the order transcripts tab, hit request order. It brings up this online ordering form that you would just fill out with the due date, your email, what formats you would like, or any special notes as well. Once this is filled out, you hit submit, it goes to our production team, and they'll produce you the transcript in the turnaround time that you provided. Account activity is next. So this is for your invoicing. We will email you your invoices, as I mentioned, but they also get uploaded here. What's great about this is you can run a full statement of your account with Magna. You can see what invoices have been paid, what invoices have a balance due. You can even pay invoices through the portal as well. And if you actually click on an invoice number here, it will bring up a completely itemized PDF version of the invoice that you can view, save to your computer, print out, do whatever you need to do with it. Again, this is exactly what we email you guys, but I'm sure you're getting inundated with a ton of emails, so I can understand if this gets misplaced. No need to worry, it is uploaded here on the portal. The next tab is the repository tab. So this is definitely the real heart of this online website. As Peter mentioned, we email you your e-transcripts or we send you the hard copies, but they also get uploaded here in 4 formats. You get your ASCII file, your PTX file, your PDF version of the transcript, which is your standard version with the index that you're used to receiving, and then your condensed PDF version of the transcript, which is 4 pages to 1. If there's any exhibits that go with those transcripts, we'll scan them in color for color. We make sure that they're linked to the appropriate transcripts. And then you do have 24/7 access to these files as well as unlimited download capabilities. I do also want to point out you do have the ability to upload your video depositions to this online portal as well. We just don't automatically do that unless you request it. But if you want that done, just let us know. It can be on a job-by-job basis, a case-by-case basis, no problem at all. And you can download one or multiple files at a time here by just checking off these little white boxes here, hitting that download option, and it will download that file or files right to your computer. And the last thing I want to point out on this repository tab is if you scroll to the bottom on the search by criteria, you'll see it says words to search for. So we upload every single transcript in a keyword searchable format. So you can type in a keyword or string of keywords. I like to call it like a Magna Google search. It will pull every single transcript in your personal portal that has that word or words mentioned in it. And as you can see here, it does show a little snippet of the paragraph from where the highlighted word appears, just so it's easier for you to review, filter out, and again, really pinpoint that exact transcript that you're looking for, which is really helpful, again, if you have, 5-10 attorneys linked to this account. There's going to be a lot of files uploaded here. I also want to point out that if you click on the headers, like the case caption, the witness name, it will put it in alphabetical order. Or if you click on the job number, job date, it will put it in chronological order as well. So just another way to kind of filter and find what you need. Now I'm going to jump to the fun stuff. We do offer client promotions. So this is for your non-mandated jobs, meaning you don't have a third party that's asking you to utilize Magna for your depositions. So for every 10 Magna More points or for every non-mandated job that you schedule, you'll receive 10 Magna More points on your account. Every 10 points is equivalent to $10. You can let the points accumulate. You can cash out at any time for gift cards. We literally have gift cards for everything you can think of: Target, Amazon, Ulta, some of my favorites. And we also offer, it's called Spin to Win, where we will email you a virtual wheel. You can spin the wheel. It's great. It's like Wheel of Fortune in your email. You can win more points. There's really cool prizes like a iPad. And right now we are running a special promotion. So Peter, I'll pass that to you if you want to mention our
Oh,
special promotion.
yeah. I had to get on here when I heard about, like, Magna More points to spin to win. First off, we love this program, but it's only available in those venues and states that allow for this type of promotion. So, it's not available everywhere. But where it is available, so for right now until October, I believe 15th, and Christina can correct me if I'm wrong. October 15th, you get triple the Magna More points. So you book a deposition, it goes forward and it bills. You're, instead of getting 10 Magna More points, you'll get 30 points. And then the spin to win is awesome. You get to spin that wheel every time you schedule, and you're guaranteed to win something. So everybody comes away with something. I think you can even win like a TV or an Apple TV or an iPad or something like that. But I think during the promotion period for the spin to wins, you get 5 spins instead of 1 spin until October 15th. So it's really, if you really want to, take advantage of the program, get all your depots scheduled between now and October 15th, and you'll get buku Magna More points if you're eligible, and you'll get a whole bunch of Magna spins. Maybe you'll win like 10 different TVs.
Thanks, Peter. I also just want to point out there is a reward points tab in the Magna Online office. So you can view your points, you can redeem your points all through the portal. And the last tab I just want to point out here is support tickets. People always ask me what that is. It's if you have a question, comment, thought, concern. I will say, however, if you do have any, questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, please reach out to your local sales rep. You can cut this, middle step out. It's going to go to them anyway, and they're more than happy to help you out with anything that you need. So that is the Magna Online office in an overview. Did anyone have any additional questions? I'm going to check the chat.
Yeah, I think there was like a question. There was like 2 questions. One was
Okay.
about emailing. I don't know if you see that one.
Yeah, I did see that one. So regardless of how you schedule, if you prefer to email, call, you'll still be able to see the jobs on that calendar. And the other question from Nicholas, how long do we keep the files in the repository? So they're in there for an infinite amount of time. We can take out files anytime you would like, unless you're in a state that has like a specific statute around that, but our compliance team is aware of, all of those regulations and stays up to date with that.
Noelle, we also had a question in the Q&A. How do we add an attorney, or do we reach out to Magna to do that?
Yep, you can reach out to customer service, or when you schedule through the portal and you add the new attorney, they're going to be on your account. But if you want to do it ahead of time and be proactive, you're more than welcome to reach out to myself or customer service, and we can handle that for you.
And did we mention that there's Magna More points? I can't remember. Magna
Yes.
more points, right? Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. October 15th until October 15th, get triple the Magna more points. Until October 15th, get 5 spins for every deposition that you schedule. Plenty of chances to potentially win, gift cards if you're eligible. Depending upon the state that you reside in. So, looking forward to seeing tons of depositions flow in. I think that Noelle, you gave a awesome presentation. This is great. This is a tool that you can use, your colleagues can use, and we 100% can come and bring this roadshow that we're doing today to your office in person or virtually. So we can bring Leo and we can bring Noelle, and we could do a double header presentation. And if you really love Joan, and I think you're going to love Joan, which is coming up next, you could do a triple header and learn all about the third-party tools that help you manage your exhibits on behalf of the attorneys at the deposition seamlessly, and most importantly, make you look great. So Joan, let's get rolling.
Absolutely, Peter. Thanks so much. So just so you all know, there are a few ways that you can share your documents during a deposition. You can obviously share your screen and just pop up those documents that you want to show. You can also, Magna Legal Vision also lets you drop your documents into the chat, so you're able to distribute your documents that way. You can also use one of our hot seat people if you just don't want to worry about it, and our MLV tax can help you out with that too. But another way, my favorite way, is Agile Law. And I am a big fan of this tool. It's easy to use. It's fantastic when you're really trying to make sure that everybody's on the same page with your depositions. There's lots of tools out there, but this is a tool that we find is the best. And I've been giving these demos for a real long time. And I hope you guys like this tool. So what we're going to show you today is basically the repository on the front end, where you can organize your documents uniquely based on how you think you're going to reveal your documents during the deposition. And then we're also going to show you how to pre-mark your documents with exhibit stickers, mark up your documents with electronic notes for your eyes and your eyes only, as well as during the deposition, how to, on the fly, give your deposition an exhibit sticker. But the reason why everybody loves this tool is because it allows for all parties to see multi-page documents at their own pace. And it also allows for all parties to see in real time what page the witness is on. And if the witness isn't on the correct page, it allows whoever's driving the documents to actually nudge them to the right page. And there's also like lots of other bells and whistles that I'm going to kind of cruise through for you too. But these are things that we found are really helpful during a deposition to just keep everybody on the same page. Now, during Agile Law, when you use this tool, you are going to use Zoom as your main form of communication. And then maybe in a separate window or another monitor, you're going to use Agile Law. I am lucky to have the amazing Christina Mukina helping me out with this today. So she's going to act as my witness during the demo so that you guys can see what it looks like from her screen as the witness, and you're going to be able to see what it looks like from me, from my screen, from the taking attorney's perspective. So I think the most confusing part about Agile Law, and I'm not joking about this, is whether to join or log in. Now, anybody that doesn't have an account with Agile Law, so probably opposing counsel, maybe the witness, definitely the witness, they're going to click this join button right here, and they're going to be asked 3 very simple things. They're going to be asked their name, their email, and a unique 9-digit PIN that is unique to just this deposition. Now, anyone on your team is going to click log in, and they're going to be prompted into their case page. Now, their case page is going to be for those people that are just beginning in Agile Law. They're going to have basically just their one case. But once you start loving Agile Law, you're going to have access to all of your cases right here. So I'm going to click on my case that I'm going to use for today. And also when you log in, you're not going to have any documents. This area right here, this is all going to be empty. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click this plus blue document button right here. When you click that, you're able to browse out to anything on your computer or just drag and drop documents in. I do like to mention that Agile Law does support all of these file types. So even if you've got that Excel formula or that Excel spreadsheet that you need to be able to see cell formulas, you're able to do that in Agile Law as well. So once you've loaded your documents, they are all right here. On the left-hand side right here, you're going to see all of my amazing witnesses from previous depositions. But we're gonna add a deponent for you guys just so that you see how we do it. Our team actually does this process for you, but for the sake of the demo, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to click this plus deposition button right here. And Christina, who do you want to be today? Do you want to be Rihanna? Do you want to be Bono? Who do you want to be today?
Oh, I don't even know. I'll be Noelle.
You're going to be Noelle? Okay. Noelle's a celebrity too. Okay, so we're going to be Noelle. We're going to say that Noelle's deposition is tomorrow. And we're going to say that we're the host or the taking attorney for this deposition. Now, if you were defending a deposition, you could also create a participant where you would be preloading documents in defense of your deposition. So I'm going to create that deponent right there. And you're going to see Noelle over here on the left. The next thing that we're going to want to do is add any documents that we think we might need during Noelle's deposition. Not necessarily that we're going to use, but just that we want to have at the ready just in case we do want to use these documents. And we do that by just clicking and dragging documents over. So we're going to just add a bunch of documents here. All right, so we're going to click and drag these documents over. And now if I were to click on Noelle's deposition right here, I'm going to see those 9 documents preloaded. A quick way for me to add additional documents that are unlinked, if you can see right down here, it's in gray watermark, it says unlinked case documents. I can expand this list and I can actually add additional documents into my into my repository for Noelle. Okay, so now I've got 12 documents that are in Noelle's deposition. The next thing is, I don't know if you guys like to pre-mark your documents with exhibit stickers, but sometimes it comes in handy. An easy way for you to do that is just by clicking on a document and all of these extra tools come up. This one right here, though, this is a stamp. Some people call it a Head and Shoulders. I don't know. I can see both. I hit this button and it automatically populates to the first available number that hasn't been used yet in this case. So I'm going to click Mark Exhibit. And I don't know about you, but sometimes the document stickers, they cover up important things. So what I'm going to want to do is click on this document. And I do have the ability to scroll down to the bottom and just make sure that that exhibit sticker isn't covering anything important. In this section as well, I do have the ability to actually make electronic notes for my eyes and my team's eyes only. And I have the ability to, here, let's do Claim Scout sample. When I click on this document, you see that there's a little highlighting section right here. I also have the ability to make additional notes for my team by just clicking and dragging on the document. This pops up and I can say this is not correct. But this also is a great way for you to be able to go through your document. So if you've got a really big document, maybe it's 200 pages and you just want to be on page 50 and page 72, you can create a note and it'll jump through that document and be able to jump quickly to the areas that you need to get to. So once you've created all of your electronic notes, we're going to jump out of this document prep page. And we're going to be back to our repository. The next thing that I'm going to mention is starting the deposition. So at the beginning of the deposition, or at the beginning of this demo, I had mentioned that there's a 9-digit number that you're going to have to circulate to opposing counsel, the witness, and anybody else that's going to be joining your deposition to gain access to your deposition. That number is right here, and it's created the second that you create a deponent in Agile Law. To actually start the deposition, you click this green Start Deposition button. Now, whoever clicks this button first is the person that's really going to be driving the documents and have a little bit more functionality during the deposition, maybe some more additional administrative tasks. Once you click this Start Deposition button, for everyone else from your team that joins, this is going to say Join Deposition. Now, I'm going to conduct a mock for you today so that you can see how this tool works in action. I'm going to have Christina Mukina actually log in as the playing witness, Noelle Nociti. And we're going to show you how this tool works. Now, Christina, maybe Phil, can you jump over to Christina's screen and
I did it, Joan.
Oh, you did? Okay. So as soon as she logs in, you're going to see on my screen that she's trying to log into the tool. She's going to need to enter her name, her email, and this unique 9-digit PIN.
What's the pin, Joan?
055-615-480.
My name is Noelle.
And I do recommend starting the deposition, maybe like actually clicking that green button a couple minutes before the deposition, maybe 15, 20 minutes, so that people can log in ahead of time as they're ready. But as you see right here, I can see that Noelle is actually trying to get into my deposition, or Christina. Now, this is the extra added layer of security that Agile Law offers. You actually have to admit each person into the deposition, so you know exactly who's looking at your documents, and you do assign them a role. You can choose witness, opposing counsel, court reporter, or observer. Now, I'm going to say that Christina is the witness for this deposition. And now on Christina's screen, you're going to be able to see that she does not have access to her documents, but I do have access to all of my documents over here on the left. All right, so if I want to reveal a document, it's as simple as clicking on any of my documents here, previewing them. And if I do want to, for instance, just reveal this Claim Scout, this document that's already been pre-marked 01, I click on it, I click reveal, and and now Christina should have access to the document on her end that she can click on and scroll through the document. Perfect. And I have a little notice over here on the left here that shows me that Christina's looking at her document as well. Now, if I want to open another document, maybe I want to open this, this document right here. Reveal just populates. And since it doesn't already have an exhibit sticker, it's going to automatically populate to the next available number. I click Mark Exhibit, and I can scroll down to the bottom of my document and make sure that this exhibit sticker is not covering anything. Just to show you that quickly again, if I want to reveal another document, I click Reveal. The next available number populates. I click Mark Exhibit, and I can scroll down to the bottom of the exhibit. And I'm just going to make sure, I might want to, this one right here, I do want a document that I can play around with a little bit more for this demo. Okay, perfect. All right, so I've revealed some documents here. One thing I do want to note is that Agile Law will never reveal the naming scheme of your document. So, for example, this Claim Scout document 001, the document one, that is all that Christina sees on her end. She'll never see that my document is called Claim Scout PDF. It's another extra added bonus. What I also like to show is that View Shared Screen is available to everyone except for the witness. So at any point in time, I have the ability to see in real time what page Christina is on. So I can see that she is on Exhibit 4, page 1. And if Christina were to scroll through the document, jump to different pages, I also have the ability to see that. One little quick tip that I recommend to my clients is you do have the ability to pop this out to a new window as well. So you can actually have this up on a separate screen and be able to see in real time at all points during the deposition what page the witness is on. All right, perfect. And then I do have this button over here, this hot seat controls. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I'm just going to breeze through this really quickly. If I do want Christina to see exactly, mirror my screen, see exactly what I'm looking at on my screen, I have the ability to click Show Witness this view, and it actually jumps Christina to the page that I'm on my screen. Additionally, I can hide Christina's screen. So say your team takes a 5-minute break and you just want to, discuss your case, or maybe you just want the witness to focus on testimony. You can also hide the witness screen. This is another way for you to eliminate the witness from looking at the documents. And when I hover over reveal screen right here, it populates and goes right back to Christina's screen. Another tool that's under hot seat controls is direct witness to annotate. Are you ready for this, Christina?
I'm ready. Should
All
I share my
right.
screen?
Okay, so Agile Law knows that you need to create a clean new sample to be able to annotate on. So when I click this, it actually creates a new clean document for Christina to mark up. And she's given some additional, and I'm going to say that this is Exhibit 4A. I'm going to click Mark Exhibit. And now Christina, if I click on this View Shared Screen, I can actually see in real time what Christina is marking up. Now, nobody is making a Picasso with this. You're drawing with your mouse, so it's very rudimentary, but it's a nice way for you to be able to have the option to initial something, circle something, put a check mark around something. It gives you the ability to have a little bit of flexibility to do the things that you need to do. There you go. That is a beautiful check mark, Christina. Okay, so a couple additional things here. I do have the ability to pass control to any of the other parties in Agile Law. I do also have this presentation mode tool, which I love. I think it's fantastic. It's a newer feature of the tool. It just really allows for all parties to see exactly what I'm looking at in real time. So if I were to click on this document here, this Claim Scout PDF, and say I just want to make some highlights or really blow up some some sections of the document, I can do that in Agile Law and be able to maneuver through my documents and allow my participants be able to look at and focus on exactly what I want them to focus on. And when you're done with doing your presentation mode, you just hover over this portion right over here, click Stop Presenting, and you're back to the regular Agile Law presentation. Two more things. This little button right here, this is small, but it's mighty. The bottom option is you can claw back documents. So you have the ability to actually revoke the rights of anybody to see that document until you want to reveal it at a later time. Additionally, this end session button right here, when you're done with the deposition, you have two options. You can either suspend the deposition, which means it keeps everything frozen exactly the way it is. It just kicks everybody out of the deposition. You have the same PIN number, you have the same documents revealed, and you can really pick up where you left off. Or you can click Conclude. And when you click Conclude, seeing as everybody joined via email, it allows anyone that joined to receive a link of all of the exhibits that were revealed and marked during the deposition. Now, the person that really appreciates that is the court reporter, and maybe you might really appreciate this option too as the paralegal, legal assistant, or legal secretary. You click Add Recipient and add the email, the name, and you do need this 9-digit code in the notes section. And once you add these things, everybody gets a nice pretty package of your exhibits that are perfect and ready to go. Are there any questions?
You crushed it, Joan. That was good. That was really, really good.
I
Excellent.
hit it on the nose. We're right at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I was like, somebody actually texted, like, is this going to be over soon? I have to take off. I said, yeah, I think it's going to be over in just a couple minutes. But I think anybody that has a case with complex exhibits, voluminous exhibits, a high-tech attorney that wants to be on the cutting edge of technology, this is something that you should definitely be talking about. And we can definitely do a firm-wide presentation, a one-on-one presentation, a case consultation with Joan or any one of our experts. So don't be shy. And then Joan came up with a really cool promotional idea that we're going to run until since we're sticking with October 15th, we'll run it till October 15th. What's your idea, Joan?
So if you'd like to try Agile Law without any risk, let us know and we'll set up your first case free of charge. I'll do the demo, or we'll have one of our team members do the demo. We'll get you all set up and running.
Yeah, I mean, like, free is for me. That's what I used to say when I was out and about. You know, now I'm stuck in the office. Nothing's for free. I don't know how that worked out, but I'll tell you what is for free. You know, this guy right here. So if you want to really brighten up your day and you want to wake up in the morning and you want to, you want to smack your alarm clock and hit the snooze button, what better way to wake up than putting this on your night table? If you place this on your night table, I will give you a $25 gift card if we get that on LinkedIn next to my face. All right. I mean, like, what's a better promotion than this? I mean, like, I've been told that I'm cheesy. I'm definitely cheesy, but this is a collector's item. It's it's going to be going quickly. They're not going to be available for too long, and then we can do your Agile Law demonstration. I did promise you to give you some gift cards. So I've got $100 Magic 8-Ball spin or shake, and then two 50s. We'll start with the 50s. So is everybody ready? Are there any last minute questions? And if Deb Curran took some screenshots, if you can get some fun screenshots where I don't look so like in the screenshots that she sent along, I looked pretty frightened. And yeah, Christina's, you looked like yours made me look pretty bad as well. So maybe at the end we can get a screenshot. And before we actually pick, I just want to take a look at the chat bar, put my extra glasses on. All right. Yes, iconic. You loved Agile Law. Deb is smiling. By the way, everybody, if you didn't know, today is Deb Curran's birthday. Deb is one of our greatest salespeople. She's unfortunately, she lives in Boston. So for those of you that are New York Jet fans or Yankee fans, I know, but like I never really liked Boston because of being a Jet fan. But I really grew to like Boston because of Deb. She's awesome. So happy birthday, Deb. And hopefully you can get some more shots. I'm trying to look good. All right, so let's do the first $50 giveaway. Ellie Schuyler. All right, congratulations, Ellie Schuyler. Thanks for dialing in. You get $50. All right, the next $50 giveaway. Emily Grace. Emily Grace, thank you for logging in and tolerating me and absorbing all this great information. You won 50 Magna Smackaroos. And for the $100 Magna 8-Ball shake, before we do that, don't do it yet. I want to just plug what's coming up. I believe it's October 15th or 16th, Christina. Which day is it? The 15th? The 15th, yeah.
15.
The October 15th is a big date here. October 15th, I will be back, okay? And this whole cast of characters that you met today will be back as well with more Magna cast of characters. We're hosting our 6th annual virtual Halloween party. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have really wild appearances from the Magna team. We're going to be giving away $1,500 in gifts, in gift cards and prizes. We're going to have a Magna Halloween costume contest that's going to be for you, that you can participate. You'll have an ability to win a prize. There'll be a first place, second place, third place, and then of course we're eligible. We're in states that permit this. We're going to be doing a large drawing for a large pool of gift cards. And the way it's going to work is if you schedule one deposition, your name goes into the hat, the figurative hat, one time, or the Magic 8-Ball one time. If you schedule 100 depositions between now and October 15th, your name goes in 100 times. And that means that you have 100 times more of a chance of winning than that person that's scheduled one time. But I've seen people win, that have only put in 2 depositions, and I've seen people win that multiple times when they put in 25, 35 depositions. So anything is possible. There'll be lots of ways for you to win money. You don't have to just schedule depositions to win money. Trust me, I love to give away money. I love to do trivia. And we're going to have a not real celebrity guest joining us. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's going to be fun. So now let's give away that at $100. Lee Jude, congratulations, Lee. You won $100 of Magna Smackaroos. Thank you. We'll put the magic 8 ball away. I don't want to go broke. I'm saving all the rest of the money for October 15th. So what does that mean, October 15th? October 15th, every time you schedule a deposition, it goes forward and it bills, you get a triple the Magna More points. Every time you schedule a deposition between now and October 15th, you get 5 extra spins. Okay, that's great. How do you get that? You schedule the deposition and you automatically the next day get an email from the Magna team with a link to do the spins. It's that simple, and I guarantee you win something, whether it's a couple Magna More points or a Apple TV or whatever it is that Christina is allowing me to give away. I don't know. I have to ask her for permission. Are we allowed to give away an Apple TV, Christina?
Sure. I think it's an iPad right now, but we
Oh,
can
it's
do
an
it
iPad.
tonight.
All right, you see, so give away an Apple TV. That's her nice way of saying no. But you know what? Maybe we'll have an Apple TV as a giveaway on the 15th. I'm gonna go rogue on Christina. And the party. So make sure you're registered for the party. I would love for you to all schedule your depositions with Magna starting today. We would love to support you. We appreciate you. Give us a call at 866-624-6221. And thanks for your time today. Bye-bye. All right, don't hang up, guys. I want to get some pictures. All right. I know that I don't know why, but I don't look good on camera, like on the Zoom. So like Leo, tell me if I get a good pose here. All right. What do you think? Does this look good? Like wait, like an action one. Is that good? Is that action? Or how about we're giving it away?
Who's taking the screenshot?
I got
I don't
one.
know. Oh, you were doing it.
Wait, I'll do another one.
I think Deb might be doing it. Deb is
You're
doing
moving so
good.
much.
That's about the blue.
Hold on,
Um,
still.
How about a serious one? That's good. All right, Deb. Are you on the chat line? Are you getting these? Is anybody getting these?
Yes.
Ooh, we just got a question. Is this webinar on the bingo card?
Oh,
Oh.
I like it.
Interesting. I don't know. Phil, is it on the bingo card? He's our producer behind the scenes.
You will have to sign up and find out. Please look up bingo on our website and have fun.
Oh, okay. I guess that was a vague answer to a good question. I don't know. We will get back to you on that. So that's actually great. So while you're still hanging out, watching me make an ass of myself on the Zoom in front of 96 potential customers and existing customers, we did have a new homegrown marketing program, client appreciation tool called Magna Bingo. And Magna Bingo works like this. You get a, well, you know what? I'm not going to be able to explain it that well, so I'm going to let Phil explain it. Phil, chime back in here and explain the Magna Bingo, how it works.
Of course. So basically we have a bunch of different actions. They're really easy to do, just like, scheduling depositions, meeting with your reps, and we have it all laid out in a bingo board. It works
How
just the
about
same.
since people are hanging around, can you throw the bingo card up on the screen?
Of course. Yeah, give me one moment.
It's really easy, and you get to, we threw some layup kind of numbers, if you will, or bingo slots on there, like schedule a lunch with, who wouldn't want to schedule a lunch with your favorite Magna sales rep, right? Schedule a happy hour. Maybe you can zoom in and make it a little bit bigger. I mean, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but I'm pretty blind. I dropped my glasses.
See. How does that look?
Yeah, that looks good, right? So that's the Magna Bingo card, and it was developed by Amanda Kinney. She's an up-and-coming Magna marketing and sales associate, along with the help of Phil and the rest of the Magna team. And what you do is you play this card every day. You can see the layups in here. They're really super easy to mark those boxes. And you will, when you get a Magna Bingo, you get $20, a $20 gift card. And you can get like a whole bunch of bingos on that card. So keep playing and keep winning. Does that explain it?
Pretty much, yeah. So we'll have a submission page as well. You can submit your bingo boards there, and we'll be in touch with you to get your prize.
Oh, wow. I think I got a good one here. Deb Curran sent me one. Thank you, Deb. Deb is the best. Deb. Oh, that wasn't from Deb. That was from somebody else. All right, that must be it's Deb's birthday. She probably had a birthday lunch. All right, let's close that screen. And I can't think of anything else, like to give away. I mean, I hate to hang up when we have 87 people that want to keep listening to us like jabber away.
I want to point out, Peter, Jill Marie Kenyon mentioned that she has 2 mini Peters in their office and they decorate you for different holidays. So she
I
did
like
say
that.
that.
I like that. I mean, literally, like, I'll say between now and October 15th, if you send a message to your sales rep or you send an email to me at phecht@magnals.com, or scratch that, I'm not responsible. If you send the email to kmukina at magnals.com, that's KMOUKINA at magnals, that's larrysand.com, and say, I want my own little Peter. That doesn't sound good. I want my own little mini Peter. And we will send it to you, free of charge until October 15th. All right. I think I should hang up there before I get myself in trouble. But I think it's cool. Like, I mean, how many other port reporting companies, litigation support companies have a founder like me that makes an ass of himself like this? I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you because I want your business. All right. We've got 83 people that still want to talk to me. So they want to talk to you, Joan. They want to talk to you, Christina, Noelle, and Leo. Leo, if you were going to translate what I'm saying, if you had to translate what I'm saying to these folks in sales language, what is it that I'm saying to them right now?
Well, I'd need like a week to study for all that information, Peter.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a good answer. Well, you can get your answer from your Magna sales team. You call your Magna local sales reps. They have all the information on the Magna More Points, the Magna Spin the Wins, all the incentives. They want to go out to lunch with you. They want to, they want to bring the Magna swag. We've got all the cool Magna swag. We're developing it. We've got, for the people that are still in the hot weather, we've got the Magna fans. We've got all kinds of cool Magna stuff. But mostly, like, when I hire Magna salespeople, and this is really important because 82 people still here. I'm going to tell you a secret. When I hire Magna salespeople, I'm not hiring them because they're like really sharp salespeople. I'm looking to hire cool people. I'm looking to hire people that that they would be somebody that I would want to hang out with. Like on a Friday or Saturday, I would want to go out and grab a beer, even though I don't drink. Maybe I would take them to one of my AA meetings. That's right. Pete Hecht here. I haven't had a drink since I'm 20 years old. That's a little fact for you all here. But I will take you guys out for a drink, and I'll just watch and be the designated driver. But I hire people, on the sales side that are just super cool, and they're great to talk to. They're there to listen. They're great listeners. I don't want people to be the talker. I want them to be the listener. I prefer people to have a little bit of a psychology background so they can provide you with some valuable free feedback that you don't have to pay your therapist for. So I'm not saying that Magna provides therapy, but hey, sometimes talking to a Magna sales rep can feel like a really rewarding therapy session. I know that I've spoken to Joan many times, and by the time I'm done speaking to Joan, I feel like my head is just screwed on right. So if you want some of that, what do you got to do? You call us at 866-624-6221. I've said enough here to get myself in trouble. I've got to eat lunch. So Joan, thank you. Noelle, thank you. Leo, thank you. Christina, you're the best. Amanda and Phil, thanks for the backup. Everybody else, thanks for attending. Bye-bye.